Hi everyone, this is Michelle Lightworker and I hope you had a wonderful Easter. I certainly had a great holiday and renovating and really tuning into what I'm meant to be doing for myself and for Lightworker Reflections. And the message I kept getting was over the break was principles above personalities, so not to concentrate on people but to concentrate on the principles, like the 12 principles of Lightworker Reflections and Lightworker Practitioner Training, and everything takes care of itself. So it's kind of interesting, very interesting what I received guidance-wise over the break. I feel really healthy, feel great, and ready for another wonderful day at Lightworker Reflections. So let's see what our weekly reading presents for us today. And for this week, it is my birthday tomorrow, so it'll be interesting to see what comes through. And this week it's the 20th of April through to the 27th of April. Let's see. Oh, that's definitely a card jumped out. Ah, nice. Archangel Uriel, brilliant idea. Very good. Yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea into fruition. So it is very much working on our crown chakra. That's very much about opening up to ideas and letting spirit drop in to give us the help and the ideas that we actually need. If you've been asking, or if you would like to ask now and set an intention for this week, just say, hey, you know what, look, I'm not comfortable about this, or I'm not happy about that, or what have you, but I'm open to the ideas, or I'm really certain that this repeated message I keep getting is a brilliant idea. So now it's time to really act on it this week. Show me how. Okay, that's my guidance for you for this week, is to allow spirit to come through your thinking. A lot of the time we get caught up in negative thinking and we think that that's us thinking. They're all patterns repeating themselves. It's not us. We are closer to spirit. So if we let ourselves be open to the information that comes through, that information will come through. We just need to be open to it. So if you've got that repeated idea happening, now's the time to do some asking on how to take that next step. All right. Oh, one's gone the other way. Let's do that. Four of Michael, insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off. Seek release from stress. Well, I certainly can attest to that. So sometimes if you give yourself a break and you just, I'm a very focused person. I could easily do a million projects that Spirit has guided me to do, but sometimes Spirit says take time off, like I was guided to do in the last 2 weeks, and to really do something different. We stopped, we renovated. I did the tiles at home. This is a good example. Wasn't so much focused on up here, but more here, and the hands, and getting out of my mind to allow and create a space so that there's not so much thinking. So that's a really good example actually of how I did it and how I do it when I'm guided to. Otherwise, it's, if you are a good thinker and you can spend a lot of time in your head and creating, it can get out of balance, and it's good to bring it back in. So sometimes you need to take that time off, create space for yourself, even if it's a 2-hour window or a day or a afternoon. The intention that you're creating a space to let that breath in and to let that spiritual help come through is very, very powerful. Now, I just wanted to make mention that the first deck that I pulled a card from was the Archangel Oracle deck. The second was from the Archangel Power Tarot deck. And the third is from our Inner Child. I love these. These are great. Inner Child Fairy Tarot deck. Okay, so let's see what our spiritual helpers want us to know about, perhaps that inner child or parts of our personality that want to speak to us. What's this? Okay, 5 of Swords. And as you can see on this card, the person is on a rock. And I'm going to actually look this one up. I feel really guided to do that. I'll read it. In the 5 of Swords, a river raft of the 4 of Swords finds a place to dock, and the fishing rod or sword is firmly secured in the sand. The boy leaves the raft behind and begins to explore a variety of uncovered truths that are awaiting him. He gazes at a starfish, which reveals the potential of his creative mind. Again with the creative mind, here we go. In numerology, the number 5 is connected with freedom, adventure, and unexpected changes on the path of life. The seals on the shore symbolise the emergence of unseen forces. That's that spiritual help coming to the boy. His awareness is fresh as he discovers new ideas. Most exciting is the realisation that clarity is brilliantly emerging like the bright sun in the sky behind him. Isn't that beautiful? As you venture from your raft of the past thinking, the negative thinking, be aware of the truth and freedom that awaits you. That's what you need to focus on this week. I really get that. It's about leaving the past behind, leaving that old story behind and saying that is just an old story. And if I live my life with principle, and if I really live my life with what I'm being guided to do with spirit, and I actually put that into my focus, then everything else is simply an old story. And I don't need to repeat it. I don't need to go back. I don't need to rehash it. I can move forward. But I need to believe that I'm worthy of that. And that's what I'm getting very much here. Freedom misuse can be confusing and chaotic. Be thoughtful and discriminating as you gather resources and information. Know your boundaries, the lessons of the raft. Clarify your goals. The boy is on a slippery rock and he must move carefully to stay sure-footed. That's that principles above personalities there again. Anticipate illuminating insights from places deep within you. This is a creative and purposeful time. Most importantly, focus your attention and thoughts. So interesting, isn't it? All about the thinking this week, and sometimes in order to ensure that your thinking is, correct, when I say correct, I mean in your right mind, which is your higher self and really connected to spirit, indulging and spending time listening and focusing on old stories, and there are parts of our personality that like to tell old stories and like to share their feelings, and it's not about not listening, it's about actually moderating them. Being a part of the higher self is that you're able to keep things contained in moderation. These brilliant ideas that come through are acted upon. They're not just ideas. They're not lofty ideas or dreams. They're actually real. They're actually tangible. You can actually feel them. Energetically, you can feel them. So that is what I recommend you to this week is gain an intelligence on real intelligence. And real intelligence is coming into your right mind. I hope you enjoy this week. I am going to enjoy this week. I know I am. I feel really excited today. And it's my birthday tomorrow, so I'm excited about this birthday week. I like a little kid in a candy store. All right, lots of love to you all. And I'll do our next reading next Monday.